Actually, we are.
Yeah, it's taken us how long to learn how to clap?
Well, I think at least 3 of us have been to some sort of drama training. So, and because of that, we all know how long it takes actors to make a circle. So, getting us to synchronise a clap is actually quite impressive when you think about it.
Now with this clapping, what is my motivation?
What colour would my clap be?
If I clap for an animal.
If my clap were a species of animal living in the Amazon rainforest, what would it be?
Well, it made me think of what you were saying before, Stu, about how your A-level drama teacher wanted you to see sounds and hear colours. And they were probably on acid, because that's exactly the effect of that.
Or they had synesthesia.
I'll take your word for it, mate. Could well be. Although the animal thing, because with Stanislav and he had the animal thing, I'm a big believer in that. You know, like if your character were an animal, and when you see Marlon Brando in The Godfather, he did that, and his character was a silverback gorilla. So when you watch him performing, you can see a silverback gorilla when you look for it. It's very obvious. Worked absolutely brilliantly and perfectly for him. And when I've directed people, I've encouraged them to do that, and they've laughed at me.
Yeah,
well,
we did it.
You know.
But it's the thing at drama school. We did animal work. I mean, the school I went was up in Camden, so we're not far from London Zoo, and we were sent to the zoo to look for an animal to be.
Yeah.
One thing I quite like to do is when I'm working on something, I like to figure out what kind of music the character would listen to. That's my sort of, that's my way. That's my in.
That's a really. I mean, music is a really good way to learn about people in general. Like, I think you can learn a lot about someone from
their record collection.
Yeah, essentially from their record collection, or from the more modern day and age, from like a playlist of 20 of their favourite songs. I think you can learn a lot about someone just by listening to that.
Was it Nick Hornby who said that when he goes to someone's house, he'll look through their record collection, and if he finds an album by the Eagles, he will just leave and never go back.
He'd be straight out my door then, because I love the Eagles. But I think that's absolutely fine for those of you who are music people. But all right. I mean, not that it's ever going to happen. But if either of you were to play me as a person, now I'm not really a music person. I listen to music and I enjoy it, but I'm not into music like a lot of people are. It doesn't speak to me. That would be talking albums, but. Do you know what I mean? I'm just as happy. Like I say, I'll listen to the Eagles. I'll listen to Star Trekking by The Firm.
But that's you. But me playing you would.
Yeah. So how would you identify me musically then? Because I'll listen to such a wide variety, like Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Queen, Dire Straits. I
guess it starts. It starts from reading the script and getting an inkling of the character that way, and the costume comes into it as well sometimes. You know.
Right. I pity the poor fucker that plays me for that one.
Yeah, it's not. I guess it's not necessarily my in, but it's part of it. It's part of it, and then once I've got it, I can just I can put some music on, you know, what I think that person listens to. It helps me focus, I think.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's just really interesting for me. I think about what their childhood was like. That's my route into a character. Is you know what kind of childhood did they have. Because I think that's what kind of forms us as adults.
What music
now.
did they listen to when they were a kid? I do that. Well, it's all part of it.
For me, it's how badly bullied were they at school. Not if they were bullied, but just how badly. Mind you, the type of characters I play. Idiots in comedies, perverts, and Father Christmas. Those are my three.
I mean,
three go-to characters.
I'm working on something in Sheffield in a couple of weeks, and the character's a complete dick. But it's a comedy, so I'm. There is a scene actually where he has to do a bit of singing, so maybe that'll be
Excellent.
And
what
way.
does he listen to though?
Well, I haven't got there yet. But
Motorhead.
No. I think he's more of a northern soul, kind of like Monday afternoon cabaret, karaoke type songs. I think that's his character.
Magic
Monday
FM.
afternoon karaoke. I can picture
A
that.
bit of magic.
Magic FM and Heart.
Yeah.
They're a bit too pop for me.
Well, that's cabbie music, isn't it? That's what you hear in the back of a minicab.
Decades never change in magic.
No.
It's always
No,
the
I-
same stuff.
On the subject of music, I think the biggest but most burning question we have is probably what was Brother Amos hearing in his head as he was surfing on the back of Otto Shark last week on Tales from the 20 Side.
It was I
Welcome
Need a
back,
Hero.
listeners.
I need a hero.
Yes,
or You're the Best, from Karate Kid. You're the best
around.
Yeah,
Da, 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 da.
one of those two.
Right, before I embarrass myself and all of you with my karaoke singing, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd edition, would you believe it, Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and for many others, and I'm joined by our regular cast members of Mr. Stu Jackson.
We are the champions, my friend.
Very nice, because our winner's a champion, I like it. Mr. Neil Kelly.
We all
I
are.
haven't had time to think of myself. I just say hello. Hello. I'm back again. I'm back. That's Gary Glitter, wasn't it? Maybe I'll come to regret that.
Fairly appropriate for
Did you
Otto, I
miss
think.
me? Yeah. When I was away.
Mr. Darren Mafucci.
I'm not going to sing. I'm just going to say go buy my EP on Bandcamp.
Yes.
If you want to hear me do a bit of singing.
A little bit of self-plug-in, very, very
Got a
nice.
massive promotion recently.
Oh
on,
yes,
and-
actually, I
yeah.
saw that. Thank you for the shout out on the.
No, not at all. Well, thank you for
on our
letting
podcast.
us use your music, mate.
You're
It's
welcome.
lovely.
And it's gone
People
down the treat,
commented
isn't
on
it?
And
Yeah, people have commented on it.
before the guys run away with
Sorry,
the
Amy.
preamble, Miss Amy Chislett.
Carry on.
Yeah, no.
You could have gone with "Is it me you're looking for?"
Oh, hello, goodbye.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? You know that one?
You say goodbye, and I say hello.
That one?
Oh, you're just not going to get me
Beatles.
singing.
It will happen. I think it will
That's
happen.
a
No, it
challenge.
will not.
That's a challenge. Well, we're going to a festival in August.
Oh yeah, I mean they'll be singing there, but I mean you're not
Excellent. I will
recording
have
that,
my
so it's fine.
I will have my recorder hidden about myself.
No.
Yeah, just have to check Stu every day, Amy, to see if he's wearing a wire.
Yeah, you won't be able to use it because there's no consent there.
Public place, you don't need consent
Not in my
or
tent.
images or
Stay
recording.
in my
Not in your
tent.
tent, no. I'm not going in your tent. That'd be
It might be a little bit weird.
going in with intent.
Oh dear.
Intense.
I think. Right, I think maybe we should. Let's move on before this
Yes,
gets a bit too
please.
weird. How is everyone? You're all. We've just finished our level up, which the listeners should be able to hear at some point in the future, maybe.
May or may not. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, they may want
if I
to.
get around
They
to
may not.
editing it.
Yeah.
I do have a slight dilemma, is that I'm not currently working in the office, so I don't have access to a printer. So
See,
that's the only bad thing about leveling up.
you're going to have to go through your entire character sheet with a rub everything out and then rewrite it all.
Well, I printed it when we were level 4, so it's all
All nice and shiny.
so there's lots
Well, if
of
you-
pencil scribbles now.
if you get it up on your computer screen and get a Sharpie and just cross out the numbers on your screen as you go, you'll be fine.
Did you know there's a new shortcut for Zoom? Just so you can see everyone all in one go. If you just Alt F4.
I'm not going to try it.
You almost got me there, Amy. You almost got me.
Don't try it, Neil.
What does Alt F4 do?
It closes the application.
It does more than that, but yeah. Don't try it now.
Don't try it now, thank you.
But now I want to.
We'll try it after the recording.
But
Well, we once had someone phone up claiming to be from Amazon, saying they were worried that there had been some fraudulent activity on our account, and could we go to the computer now and press, and I think it was Alt F4, and I said, sorry, who are you again? And he kept on going about how this isn't a scam. I said, well, that's exactly what a scammer would say. Listen to yourself, mate. You just sound like a scammer.
Amazon never call you anyway.
Yeah, and he started getting quite irate. Yeah, so don't press Alt F4.
Well, Alt F4 is kind of the general Windows kill command for any application you're running. If ever you need to close something that isn't behaving, Alt F4 will do the job 9 times out of 10.
It might have been something else, because I got the impression he wanted me to press something that would open up our computer to him.
It was probably like getting the command function box up or something.
Yeah.
Google is our friend here. Alt F4 closes your current window. Now, if I'd have done that, it would have closed GarageBand. Which we really don't want in the middle of a record. But no, it's just wanting you to close an existing window. That's it. Alt F4. Probably doesn't work on a Mac though, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah,
no,
you would have been fine.
on a Mac, you need to use the Apple key and an F4 instead.
I do have an Alt key. Well, an Options key. That's what it's called.
That's the one. Cool. Right. Enough IT-related hijinks out of the way.
Turn it off and on again.
Turn it off and on again. Delete System 32. It'll perform better. Shall we get back into some Pathfinder, folks?
Yes. With our newly minted godlike characters.
With your newly minted godlike level 5 characters.
That's what happens when you ride a shark.
That's it. That's what it was, Darren. Like this whole time, I've been waiting for that story beat of you riding the shark to give you all level 5. If Otto had done it 2 months ago, you might be level 12 by now. Who knows?
Fuck's sake, Otto.
There we go.
But after you ride a shark, you need to buy it dinner.
You do. I mean, normally the dinner comes first.
No, I ride a shark and then I never call it again.
Hey, you can ride my tail anytime.
Okay. With this romance, it's forming.
It is.
We're watching.
I have been meaning to talk to you guys about this a little bit. Like, I know you've kind of got this little thread going of perhaps something happening between Otto and Amos. I do feel like it started off as a bit of a joke, and you're kind of going with it for the sake of it. Am I correct, or is it something that you actually want to?
It's just a bit of a joke.
I think it's a bit of a joke. It's just sort of general, sort of squaddy style homoeroticism.
Yeah, I can understand.
We might have a bit of a naked wrestle in front of a fireplace.
But don't read anything into it. It's just a bit of fun.
Sure. I mean, I mostly just wanted to check that you were both okay with it, but you do seem to be, because I felt like it all started as a bit of a throwaway comment that possibly something Stu said or I said or someone said, and then we just had this thing going that Otto and Amos now have a thing going. But if you guys are okay with that, then that's great.
No, it's just bants, mate.
It's bants.
Just bant. Hashtag bants. Did it for the bants.
I'm disappointed now. I was really hoping that there was a romance.
Well, yeah, you never know.
Give it time.
Don't underestimate.
It's a joke.
Yeah, don't underestimate how far we're prepared to go with our bands.
Can you turn into a goat?
I think Otto can, actually.
I think I can, yeah.
Oh dear. This is getting borderline weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
it is.
we
Can
move
we
back
crack on,
into
please?
the game before
Yeah,
I have
as-
to
as
start
I was-
editing bits out?
As I was attempting to get into the game, our newly powerful and godlike adventurers, /S, Olwyn Templeton, Brother Amos, Della Thornbury, and Otto von Niederschläger are close to reaching their goal of the city of Whitethrone in the north of Irrisen. And having come across a bridge over a river, not the river Kwai. I'm glad to know. That'd be a weird place to have that. Yes, after attempting to cross a bridge, were assaulted by some strange creatures that hid themselves underneath said bridge, and basically demanded payment in the form of gold or other goods from you to cross their bridge. This did not sit well with the party, and you ended up in a battle with them, following one of the creature's attempts to take a bite from Olwyn's Wolf Chardonnay. Your battle ensued on this bridge. You brought down one of these creatures, which you believed to be trolls at the time, and the other attempted to cut its losses and flee, but was chased down by Otto and Brother Amos. Otto taking the form of a fearsome bull shark to hunt the creature down and slay it. Which is kind of where we bring ourselves back in. So the creature has just been slain in front of Otto and Amos. The rest of the party are currently on the bank, Olwyn soaking wet from his own experiences in the river. So currently Otto is still in shark form, Amos is still kind of just underwater in the river. What would you guys like to do?
Swim to the surface.
I just want to issue a small correction here, because you said that this creature was then hunted down and chased by Otto and Amos. Actually, first of all, it was chased into the water by Alwyn, because it tried to take a bite out of Chardonnay.
It was
wasn't
indeed.
having it.
And although I'm a shark and I can't talk quite now, I want to have words with Alwyn afterwards. I think the only reason Alwyn jumped in after the troll was to force me, and then immediately cried out, "Otto, now would be a good time." I think the only reason he did it was to force me, to make me feel obliged to take shark form.
Absolutely.
He just
not,
wanted
no.
to see me, the shark.
You
and
just
saw
like
his
angrily
chance.
swimming in circles.
Incensed by this thing having a go at Chardonnay, and he wanted the backup of his buddy. There was absolutely nothing more to it than that.
I think there was.
Right. So Otto and Amos as the two who are currently in the river. The focus is kind of on the two of you at the moment. So Amos, you want to come to the surface. Which you can quite easily get to the surface of the river. It's very, very cold. You can feel the current trying to pull you away downstream.
That's Chardonnay.
There's Chardonnay in the background.
I mean, can't you bring me to the shore?
Well, that was my intention, to just sort of swim around and scoop you up. I hope you're holding on to the torso of that troll. Well, I did trim him to make him more portable, so we can bring him back with all the money he took from us.
Okay, so Otto, kind of in shark form, you come around and you collect Brother Amos. Is that correct?
I think I just bite his leg and drag him. I could do that. Oh no, my teeth are a bit sharp for that. No, I'll just sort of swim by like a dolphin and hint that he can.
Okay,
He
so
can resume the ride.
okay, so with Otto's assistance, Brother Amos, you do quickly find yourself kind of at the shore of the river. I will need 2 rolls from you, please. First of all, I will need an athletics roll for you to haul yourself out of the river.
Well, I need to do that too.
We'll get to you in just a second, Neil. because that is going to be
27.
an important question, I think. What have you got, Darren?
27.
27, easily enough. With Otto's help, you hoist off, jump onto the snow, and you sort of roll. And immediately the chill of the wind sets in. I will need a fortitude save, please. I'm submerged in the icy water.
15.
15, okay. I can tell you that 15 is a failure. So you find yourself taking 8 points of cold damage from being submerged in this icy glacial water.
Bastard.
Okay, so Amos is now out of the river, which just leaves Otto in the river in shark form. So this is a semi-important question for you, Otto. How do you intend to get out of the river?
There's quite a high bank, isn't there?
It's a reasonably high bank. You'd need to either have someone haul you up or climb up it yourself. Obviously, sharks are not known for their climbing prowess.
Can we build you a ramp?
Swim fast, right?
And leap. Do a flying leap out of the water.
How quickly do you change?
Well, I changed in mid-flight as I jumped in the river, so...
Yeah, I think we've said previously that you can end the spell kind of whenever you want. So if you want to try that sort of somersault out of the river and onto the bank, we can absolutely do that.
I'll try that. I'll swim out and take a run up at it.
Oh, I should have stayed on your back.
That's it.
All right. Okay. So let's have an. Yeah. So Otto sort of circles out into the centre of the river, sort of wheels round, and comes ploughing towards the riverbank. Let's have an acrobatics roll as the shark, please, Otto.
So I can swim 35 feet. Yeah, acrobatics roll. Acrobatics. 6. Oh no, it's 15. 15 and 9, 24.
24. Yep. The rest of you watch as there is a splash as this shark heaves itself out of the water, spins once in midair. You see the fins fold back in, the tail retracts, and the form of Otto lands with a soft thud in the snow.
Brother Amos would like to walk over to Otto and fist bump him.
Very nice. Very nice. So, with the immediate danger now past, the 5 of you now find yourselves on the bank of this river. Otto and Amos, Olwyn and Amos, you guys are soaked. Your clothes are soaked through. Your teeth are already chattering. You're starting to shiver. You can feel the wind biting much more keenly than it was a brief moment ago. I will tell you this for nothing. The 2 of you need to get warm and dry.
I think maybe we should build a fire.
Yeah.
Wasn't Della in the process of building fire? Incidentally, thank you for the top tip, Della, about how to get out the river. Because my first idea, because I've never done this before, was just to transform back to Otto and then try and climb out, and then I would be as cold and wet as them. So you've saved me from a torture.
Yes, Della's building a fire, so let's make camp, shall we?
Hold on, if you've just jumped out of the water as a shark and then transformed into a human, aren't you now wet and also naked?
No, because the magic... Yes, you would think, wouldn't you? But there's magic involved. That's how I transformed from a wet shark to a dry man. We're fully clothed.
And Otto is indeed as dry as before he jumped in the river. The magic he was using seems to have protected him, at least from some of that.
The exciting part of the spell is not that you can turn into a shark, it's that you can dry yourself. But you have to turn into a shark first.
All right. So I'm guessing the group is just kind of beginning to build a fire and stuff.
Go back to find Della and Nadia, yeah. And we're bringing the torso.
Well, I
Or
think
is
we
someone
can
just checking the pockets now?
check the pockets and then just throw the torso in the river?
Okay, well, I'll leave you to that. I'm heading towards the bloody fire.
Me too.
It's cold.
So it is going to take a few minutes for a fire to be built, even with all of you assisting. Alwyn and Amos, I would like a fortitude save from each of you, please.
That's not good.
21.
21.
Very nice. That 21 in this instance is a success. You feel the wind biting, and unless you tell me otherwise, I'm assuming that the first thing you do is to start to take off your wet layers, which is a very sensible move. It's as you don't, although you're cold and you're sort of shivering and chattering your teeth and such, you don't start to feel the effects of any serious hypothermia or anything setting in at this time. However, where you are still wet, after a period of 10 minutes sort of waiting for this fire to be built, the two of you will take 5 points of cold damage as the wind that's been blowing through this area is exacerbated and made a lot worse by the fact that you're soaking wet. But after 10 minutes, a fire begins to be kindled. You can see it start to smoulder in front of you, and the two of you pull yourselves close to the fire, and after a reasonable amount of time, you start to feel.
Sorry, just to interject before we skip ahead. Seeing that Amos is obviously cold and suffering as well, Alwyn would like to cast Lay on Hands on him.
Yes,
so that's 12.
While he's naked. He's just been waiting for the opportunity.
It's on his shoulder. It's fine. And as Alwyn is stripping off, this might be pertinent. Sorry to cut in, Dom, but this might be pertinent. Is anyone looking? And I have a reason for asking this. It's not a kinky reason.
I am paying attention to the fire that I'm building.
Yeah, I think that's up to the rest of the group. So is Otto paying attention?
Yes.
Okay. Amos?
Nadia and Della are certainly busy getting this fire ready.
Yeah. If Otto is, Amos is just looking you right in the eye.
Okay. Well, as Alwyn turns and he's like, either laying his stuff out or picking up a blanket or whatever, the two of you do notice huge, long scars all over his back. Which may or may not surprise you. Certainly you weren't aware of them. Sorry, Dom. I just wanted to interject with that because I thought it might be...
No, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. After about 10 minutes, the fire starts to get going properly, and once it's sort of smouldering, Nadia goes to one of her sleds and starts pulling out additional furs and things, and just basically throws them at the two of you to try and get you warm and dry.
Thank you, Nadia.
She starts. You see, she goes almost full into mother mode. Alwyn, I love you, but you're a fucking idiot. Get out of those wet clothes right now. Both of you. You too, Amos.
That's what we're doing.
Yes, naked under the blanket.
Yeah. So you sort of haul off your soaking wet clothes, and she starts laying them near the fire to basically try and dry them out a little bit. After a short while, perhaps half an hour, you start to feel the life and the warmth returning to you, and you start to get to the point where you feel you're not in any immediate danger from your rash actions there, Orwin. Let's be honest.
like to ask Nadia. Nadia, do you think we're likely to encounter any more trolls like that?
I don't know. I mean, I've not seen them. I've not seen those things here before. On my previous journeys to White Throne, I mean, I couldn't say. Irrisen's a land of monsters, Olwyn. There could be all sorts of things like that around.
Right. Can I because obviously they were quite different to Tebnotten, which is the only troll that I'm aware of Alwyn encountering. Is there any rolls I can check to see if I can work out what kind of trolls they are?
Yeah, absolutely. You can make a. It's going to be recall knowledge. Olwyn, please make a your choice of a nature roll or a society roll.
I'll make a nature roll. Thank you. Ooh, that's good. 22.
22. Yeah, those weren't trolls. They were not at all trolls. They were creatures known as merrows, which are kind of aquatic giants with, as you'd seen, pale green scaled skin and large webbed hands and feet. And now you think about it, you could see that either side of their neck there were some slotted gills.
Do you know what? I don't think those were trolls. I think they were a type of sort of moist giant.
In fact, with that roll there, Olwyn, you would know that merrows are kind of best known for being like the aquatic cousins of ogres. Like they're very similar in intelligence and personality to the more common ogre. It's just that they are more aquatic based and can obviously swim quite well.
It was just the whole hiding under a bridge thing that threw you off.
It did, you know. I heard this story about a billy goat, and yes. And of course, they didn't, you know, they did seem a bit thick, and this is me saying that I do appreciate. So, you know, interesting. Right. So, gianty ogre wet things.
Pretty much, and actually with that role you had there, Olwyn. What I would also say, you know, is that, and again basing this on the fact that this was a river rather than the ocean or anything like that, that was definitely a freshwater merrow, which are the smallest of their kind.
They weren't salty.
Tiddlers should have thrown them back. They shouldn't have tried to take a bite out of Chardonnay. Come here, Chardonnay. You're all right.
Did we get our money back at least after all of
that? Here's the thing. I don't think they actually. Most of the money they took from you was kind of scattered on the ground where they were shaking you upside down. I'll tell you what. Let's just have. Let's have a perception roll from everybody, please.
24.
I didn't give them any money.
27. Yeah, there was only 3 of us that gave them money that they actually took.
I gave them some money. I gave them a gold piece.
And Della
put
did,
coins
and
in
I
my
did.
hand, and I'm pretty sure I just punched one of the trolls.
Yeah, so with those perception rolls, you guys kind of see that in the confusion of the scuffle that happened, a lot of the stuff that you handed over to these merrows was dropped on the bridge. Basically, if you can remember what was taken from you or what you gave, you will get 3/4 of it back. I don't remember what they took from me off the top of my head, so I can't be more precise.
I gave a gold piece.
I gave a gold piece.
I gave a gold piece.
Okay, if you gave a single coin, you'll get that back.
Okay.
certainly stuff like the food that spilled out from you, Della. You managed to save most of that, but some of it is been trampled and smashed.
The giant centipede venom, you did say at the time, smashed.
That's it. If I've said that things have broken previously, then obviously they remain broken. There we go. So yeah, you find yourselves. You take once you've all warmed up, you take a few minutes to pore over the battlefield and recover some of the things that you lost. It is technically still kind of the middle of the day. What do you guys want to do?
Otto,
Yes.
can you dry our clothes with some of your warmy fire thing?
Haven't we just built a fire? Isn't there a fire going?
Yes, but that's not for... I'm just thinking maybe you can dry our clothes.
I could set them on fire.
Yeah, are
That's
you
not
asking
what I'm
Otto to
asking.
set them on fire?
No.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, I'm thinking if you can, I don't know, just hold a fire near, or you need some sort of hot air dryer.
Just for your own clarity, I think I mentioned this, but I might not have. Nadia has sort of set up a makeshift drying rack from a few sticks and twigs and stuff, and your clothes are being warmed by the fire.
Okay.
We might as well have some lunch and stop here for a bit. Wait for the clothes to dry.
Oh, lunch, that's a good idea, yes. Yes.
Yeah. all right.
Maybe not some of your food that's splattered on the floor, though.
Yeah, if anybody else is offering.
That's for Chardonnay.
I've got a potion of rations. Chardonnay. Chardonnay can have steak. Chardonnay's a good boy. He did very, very well. He was very brave when he was being shaken by that horrible thing.
I'm not actually carrying any food.
Yeah, so food is a thing we're kind of hand waving a little bit. We've just assumed. I'm certainly assuming that whenever you go to a small town or a village or any kind of settlement, you're getting yourselves enough food for whatever part of the journey you're about to do.
Okay.
If we ever find ourselves in a situation where you're going off into the wilderness for weeks on end, then I might start tracking it more closely. But I'm generally hand waving it, so just assume that you have some ration packed, by the way, Moss.
Okay. Nom 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 nom.
Got some jerky here if you want it.
I do like a bit of jerky.
Well, I know.
No, who doesn't?
I've shared a camp next to you.
So as you're all sort of sitting having some lunch and sort of recovering a little bit from your most recent ordeal by this bridge, Della, as you're kind of sat near the fire and just enjoying some food that you managed to save, you feel a tingle on the back of your left hand. And initially you don't think anything of it. You think it's perhaps just an itch or something. You scratch it absent-mindedly. But after a few moments, you realise that tingle hasn't gone away. And then after about a minute or so of this tingle there on the back of your hand, it starts to get painful.
Ooh.
The back of your left hand suddenly burns with white hot pain.
Are you alright, Della?
And as this sensation pulses its way through your hand into your arm and into the rest of your body, Della, you hear a voice in your head. Irrisen, eh? You're a long way from home, little bird. Your next contribution is due in a week. I hope you've not forgotten our arrangement.
Damn it, I have to.
You recognise the voice, Della. And you also know kind of intrinsically from this effect, you know that you can reply with 25 words, if you so choose. You don't have to.
I am not going to reply to that.
You don't reply, okay. There is a moment, a pause of about 30 seconds, and you hear the voice once again in your head. Well, well. Don't feel like saying anything, do ya? I just thought I should let you know in case you'd forgotten. You can make your payment in Whitethrone if you need to. Talk to Jonah Twinscar at the Eye Fang Arena. He's one of mine. And again, you get the sensation that you can reply if you wish.
Nah. That's all I'll say, but...
Okay, once again, you sit for a few moments in silence, and the voice comes through a third time. Giving me the silent treatment, eh? I can respect that. And it ends. And as this third message ends for you, Della, the pain in the back of your left hand subsides from this white hot burning sensation, and it subsides back to a dull ache, and then back to a tingle, and then as quickly as it started, that sensation is completely gone.
One thing to note is you haven't noticed Stella take her gloves off since you met her. But she's not going to say anything more just now. She'll poke the fire a bit.
But if she's had white hot pain, presumably there's been a reaction.
Yeah, but she's just going to ignore it now.
Have you hurt your... Do you need some healing or something, Dale?
No, it's just an old thing.
I can do a lay on hands if you like.
I mean, I'll take that.
Okay, and Owen will do his other lay on hands.
Thank you.
For 12 hit points.
Thanks.
Does not require you to take your gloves off for that, because it works through clothing, doesn't it, Dom?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So is that better? Is your hand all right?
Oh,
what
yes.
did you do to it?
Oh, it's just an old thing, nothing worth mentioning.
An old wound? Well, I can have a look if you like.
Oh, no, it's fine. We've had an ordeal
I haven't
today.
killed anybody for ages with my healing skills.
So let's leave it as is and don't want to ruin a record.
Okay, well, if you ever want me to have a look at it, I'm, quite skilled. It might just be a bone needs resetting or something like that.
You'll be the first person I come to.
Okay, well, let me know. Come here, Chardonnay, warm me up.
All right. So with that interaction out of the way, you guys sort of sit and you have some lunch. You conclude that. And what are your plans from there? Are you looking to continue onwards, or are you intending to stay here for the rest of the day?
How late is it in the day?
It's maybe 2 p.m, 3 p.m. You've still got another good couple of hours of daylight.
You could definitely get some distance in, close the gap.
How long do we estimate it'll take to get to White Throne?
Nadia estimates you've got about another day's travel from where you are.
Oh, right.
So there's going to be at least one more night out in the wilderness.
But as we've already built a fire here.
Yes. We can rest up, we can share stories of our exploits before we all came together, and we can maybe even think of a name for our party and our venture together. No, that's silly, forget that. stupid idea.
Well, it might entertain us.
It's a thought.
We could always play cards.
Yes, we could always play cards.
Right, I wonder if my clothes are dry. Time to move on.
Ah, come on, Alan.
And that's the thing, is those clothes will take a long time to dry. And if we move, we'll just move for a couple of hours and then we'll just have to stop and build another fire.
I'm always game for a game.
I'll tell you what, right? Why don't we play cards? But instead of playing for money, why don't we play for secrets?
Oh, I think I much prefer money.
Yeah, same.
You're no fun.
Why don't you two play for secrets, and me and Brother Amos will play for real money.
So if we win, we get money. If you win, we tell you a secret.
No. We'll get money, and you guys can have your secrets.
That's what I mean. I don't want to risk, because I know you'll win, so I'll lose my money. But I don't want to lose my money, so...
Well, then what's the point?
Well, you'll get to know more about us, and, we'll bond. And it might be entertaining for the listeners.
What listeners? There's no one around here.
That's probably just as well. We're in the wilderness.
You all slowly turn around and you see like just a little row of 20 people just clutched in, sort of looking at you. As you turn to face them, they all hide behind trees.
I don't know. I'm not risking money. I'll play for matchsticks or something.
I mean, I'll take your matchsticks.
Otto, what are you doing?
I don't know, I'm not in the mood for cards.
What are you in the mood for?
Oh, I don't know. I think being a shark has kind of taken it out of me a bit.
He's peaked too early for the day.
Yes. I fancy a drink.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Yes.
Yes.
Alan gets his stein out.
Your magical,
Shares
never-ending
it.
stein.
You'll share his stein.
Yeah, sure. So, is there anything particular you want to do or talk about, or are you just going to wait out the day?
I'm happy to just wait out the day.
I guess we just wait out the day.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, the four of you with Nadia, you sort of reason that you're going to have to set camp anyway. So you might as well set it here, get it out the way, and then you know that you've just got your whole day ahead of you tomorrow to get towards the city.
We'll make an early start tomorrow.
Okay. So, the afternoon whiles on. You sort of keep stoking. You keep the fire stoked. After a reasonable while, after a couple of hours, you find that your clothes are fully dried, having been placed in front of the fire. So you can re-don all that stuff. That's great.
Gladly get back into them.
Yeah. And not long after that, the sun begins to hang low in the sky, and you begin to think about setting up a camp properly.
Do you think there's many fish in this river, Nadia?
Fish? Oh yeah, yes. There'll be fish. Fish is well, it's what most people eat around these parts. And if this little river is connected to the glacier lake, which I think it is, there'll be quite a lot of fish in there.
Oh, I might try fishing. Can anyone teach me how to fish?
I'm afraid I don't know.
I think I know how to fish.
I know how to fish.
I would probably say if you're trained in survival, you would definitely know how to fish and could teach someone else.
I'm an expert in survival, so I can show you how to fish.
Oh, excellent. Yes, if you can show me how to fish, that'd be brilliant. Because I definitely won't have a clue how to fish if you've got to be trained in survival.
Yes, you just need a bit of a line, and you need something for a hook. Something to use for a hook.
A line like all the world's a stage.
Yes, that sort of line. Yes.
Would Brother Amos be able to find in the surroundings the stuff to craft a fishing rod?
A stick?
Quite easily.
Yeah.
Quite easily. You find some sturdy tree branches because you guys are in kind of a reasonably dense conifer forest at this point. You've crossed over into a period of into a place of woodland. So you can absolutely find the materials to make a fishing pole. It's quite rudimentary, but it'll do the job.
Okay, I'll do that. I will make you a fishing rod.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I'll let you have the first fish I catch.
Brilliant.
Wonderful. So you get a fishing pole.
Something for some string, a hook, a float.
Yeah, you can find all the bits you need to make a basic fishing.
I'll fashion a fishing rod and give it to Alwyn.
And some of our wasted food, or maybe a few bits of those merrows are still lying around. We can use those as a bait.
A chunk, like a finger or something.
Yeah, a finger, that's perfect, yes.
Right.
Bit of flesh.
Okay. And I put that on the hook here, do I?
Yes.
Right. And then what, I just dangle it in the water?
Well, we need we need some kind of barb on the hook, really. I don't know what I would have that. Oh, I have got
I've got a needle here in my sewing kit.
Yeah, but the needle just goes in and out. I've got I do have an adventurer's pack with fishing hooks in it.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I think we've all got one of those, actually.
Yes.
Now I can't think of it.
I didn't even know that there was fishing hooks in the adventurer's pack.
There's only two, a big one and a small one. Try them both.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are spending a bit of time fishing, is that correct?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And are all three of you fishing separately, or is someone giving Olwen a hand?
I'm just going to observe. I'm going to sit.
I'll give Olwen some tips.
Sure. Okay. In that case, I would like Otto to roll survival for me. You're aiming for 20 to see if you can help Olwen out.
Survival. Ooh. 29.
29, almost a critical success there. But yeah, so Olwen, Otto is very thorough in his instruction on how to do some fishing, and you find yourself picking it up quite quickly. Make a survival roll of your own and give yourself a +2 bonus.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for explaining all that. It really helps when you talk to me like a child. It really does.
I don't mean to patronise you.
No. I'm taking it quite as literally
that means talking down to you.
No, yes, all right. I think maybe this would be a good name for our venture is the Fishy Friends. Not much take up for that. Okay. 22 is mine.
22. That's pretty good. So over the course of a couple of hours, Olwen with Otto's help manages to catch a respectable amount of fish. You catch enough fish for everybody in the group, including Nadia and Chardonnay, if Chardonnay wants them, to have a little fish supper.
Yes, there we go. Dinner served. Well, it needs cooking first, but yes. Here we go.
We have
fish. We're the Fishy Friends. It's a thing now.
Brother Amos will do a spot of cooking.
Yeah, that's fine. You can between you, you can all cook You cook the fish up. It ends up being quite tasty. Brother Amos sort of taking the lead on that. Maybe finds some seasoning in his pack to give it a bit more flavour. And you'll have quite a nice little fish supper going.
Got a spot of brandy if you want to flambe it.
Why not?
Doesn't white wine work better with fish?
Yeah, I'm not sure about fish and brandy.
I don't have white wine, I'm afraid.
Brandy on the side.
Yeah, so the five of you sort of eat this meal of fish, and you begin to, as the light starts to fade, you begin to sort of pack down for the evening. What would you guys like to do, if anything?
I think we need to post watches.
I'll take the first watch.
That is what I was fishing for, Neil. Thank you so much. There we go. Okay, so Della volunteers to take your first watch of the evening.
Take second.
Sure thing. Nadia's happy to take third.
Oh, well, I'll take the fourth then.
Fourth, okay.
Alwyn and Chardonnay will take fifth.
Yeah, no worries. So as you start to bed down for the evening itself, with Della taking the lead and taking up the first watch of the evening, just as the rest of the group start to drift off to sleep, Della, it's still vaguely daylight that you can see. There's still a bit of sunlight creeping through. Could I please have a perception roll?
Yeah. 27.
27. That is fantastic. So Della, as the rest of the group have kind of just drifted off to sleep, you find yourself looking out from the campsite you're in, perhaps thinking about your experience earlier in the day. And just as you're thinking that, your concentration is disrupted by the very loud crack of a twig, followed by a voice from out in the wilderness, just going, "Shh, be quiet, dum-dum." And you look over from the campsite, Della, and you can see, making their way towards your fire, in certainly what they presume to be a stealthy manner, you see three large shapes that have these nasty-looking hooks in their right hands, and they are creeping towards your fire. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Oh.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feeble Films production in association with Juicy Falls, music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com, editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
we're all going to die. Now
Again.
Now, of course, we're all going to die now that we've finally got a name for our band.
No, that's not going to
Fishy
stick.
friends.
It's not going to stick.
It's not canon, folks. Unless it becomes canon, in which case it is. But
The fish sticks.
fish
Fish
sticks.
sticks. Fish sticks. There you go. With the fish fingers.
I do not approve.
Breakfast of champions.
No.
No.
Fabulous.
And the more you fish for secrets, the more resistant I am talking
Absolutely.
about. Just to wind you up.
I'll just have to engineer a situation where you guys have no choice but to reveal secrets.
And then I'll
Tell us
just-
a closed book, what can I say?
Yeah. I mean, I just did. So
Maybe I'll reveal a little something about myself next episode. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.